price of Bitcoin is back above $99,000, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a full, quick technical analysis of what I expect will happen next. If you guys remember, we spoke about this daily 20 and 50 SMAs crossing into each other and why we need to be careful. Today, we've bounced above it, which is amazing. The good side of that analysis was that if we break above it, test consistently above the crossover, then there is a higher likelihood that Bitcoin can reach all-time highs. There's a few good signs flashing, a very nice comparison to what took place exactly 1 year ago almost with the ETF launches and the Consensio moving average crossover. So we'll talk about that. We also mentioned a very small time frame technical analysis in the free Telegram channel over in the Crypto Kids community. We'll do a quick recap of what I mentioned there. And finally, it is happy birthday time for Bitcoin. It was 3 days ago now, but still a very happy birthday to Bitcoin. It is currently 16 years old, so it's still a teenager, just like myself, but it just goes to show you that it's reached almost a $3 trillion market cap in such a short amount of time, but it also gives you the irony of how insignificant that is, and actually how much more it has to go. So if you think that $100,000 is late to buy into Bitcoin, you're completely wrong, specifically because the whole idea of anti-institution, anti-government, anti-taxation, pro-freedom, all of those narratives are just becoming popular now. And Bitcoin is the head of that rebellion. So I think it is still very early for Bitcoin. $100,000 is early. You're not going to 10x your money so quickly like you did before, that is for sure. But over the long run, if you keep on accumulating, you don't have any idea of how powerful compound interest is. If you buy every single day just a fraction of Bitcoin for as long as you can, in 10 years time, you're going to be surprised with how much money you end up with. So the power here is not 10xing over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks or even 2, 3 months, but actually compounding and consistently buying into Bitcoin. That will give you the most returns possible over a larger period of time. So in the daily time frame, we do see that crossover. That crossover did happen. We have a resistance line at 99.5K, which is super important to get above. So until that happens, until we have a high volume break above 99.5 specifically, I'm still in the meh phase with my analysis. It is more 50-50, so we just need to have a high volume breakout. You can see that volume is decreasing. That is not a good sign. Volume analysis is the most fundamental part of TA. You want to have high volume in bullish breakouts. So let's wait until volume comes back in. But if we can break above 99.5, also this parabolic SAR at 101.5, then it is absolutely go time. I would much rather get into a long position at $101,000 when I see volume, when I see clear breakouts, than to get in right now where there is a possibility of another rejection at resistance. So I'm still waiting, but so far it looks much better than it did 2 days ago. I do have to say that. And another bullish sign on the daily time frame is the ADX, ADXR, the DIs, which is a fantastic indicator. In fact, an oscillator that I've been using ever since I began trading when I was 12. It's just fantastic. You can see that a bullish crossover is about to get confirmed, hopefully on today's candle. If Bitcoin can break and continue staying above $99,000, then this will be a confirmed buy signal. The last time we had this buy signal was right over here. And if we exit this large view, then you can see that was literally when Bitcoin was breaking above from around this. Oh, okay. So it was at $64,000. So you can see how good of a sign this bullish crossover, if it gets a confirmation, really is. And for all of the more advanced technical analysts, you're also seeing a reset in trend. So the blue and yellow lines being at a low level is the indicator of a reset in trend, and that happens during consolidation. So if Bitcoin can consistently break above 101K and stay above that $100,000 level, it is a fantastic sign, and it will be the indicator that Bitcoin continues to rally into the next stage of the parabola, which would take us all the way to around the $180,000 level. Of course, it is impossible to give a pinpoint price of which Bitcoin would reach, but you can see very common similarities between what is happening now to what took place exactly a year ago when the Bitcoin ETFs launched. You had ascending price action. It's more, okay, if we jump into the daily, you're going to see it a lot more. So you had ascending price action, just like what we got here. It was a lot shorter than what took place in Jan Feb, but still it's still very much similar. So ascending price action, you have a top with a doji candle. In this case, it was 47. Here it was $108,000. Then the price of Bitcoin dips on the 4-day Consensio. The 3 and 7 moving averages cross bearishly into each other, indicating a short-term downtrend. Then you have a wick all the way down here, which is to the 30 SMA. The only difference that I'm seeing to these two price comparisons is that we're so far away from the 30 moving average. That's why I'm a bit more cautious than I was back in Jan-Feb of last year, when I remember making a video right at 43K when I said, look, there's going to be a breakout happening, and we need to prepare for the next stage of this parabola. The only difference here is that we're so far away from the 30-period moving average. That's the only concerning thing. But everything else, you can see the breakdown. If I get rid of price action, probably not something you're very familiar with hearing about, but if you get rid of price action, you see the exact same moving averages. Hopefully crossing over the 3 and 7 is an early indicator of the continuation of parabolas. So as soon as that crosses bullish, hopefully that will come in at around $101,000 for Bitcoin. Boom. I am ready for 120, 130, and then straight to $185,000. So if you want to prepare, the best thing to do is accumulate as much Bitcoin as you possibly can on spot, because you never know. This could, I know I've said it many times, but this could literally be your final chance of buying Bitcoin below 100K, and this time it's for real. So buy spot regardless. Who cares if we dump 20%? It literally does not matter. With spot, you're not leveraged, and until you sell, you don't lose. I mean, we're literally having a pro-crypto president, a pro-Bitcoin president specifically, a pro-Bitcoin Congress, a pro-crypto Congress. The chair of the SEC is resigning in 15 days. Like, how much more bullish can it possibly be? And this, my friends, is definitely not the top of the bull market. I'm not seeing cryptocurrency ads on the street in Dubai. In 2021, that was the case. So we are going to go up. And if you buy spot, you're not going to lose. It's just if you are going to leverage trade, that is where the question mark comes in, and when you want to open that long position. But right now I would enter like a low risk, maybe 2-3x long position for Bitcoin. And if you want to do that, you can use the links down in the description below. With Coinflare, you can get $20 for free if you deposit $100 and make one trade. So now I think a 2-3x long position for Bitcoin is very much doable. But any high leverage stuff, I would wait, because we're trading at resistance. Not always a good idea to trade resistance. So I would be careful in that aspect. But as soon as we break a 101 with good volume, that's when I'm going to go heavy long positions once again. But before I end off, happy birthday to Bitcoin. I think I've said it at the start of the video. I don't know if I did, because this is take 3 of this video. So if I didn't say it, happy birthday. It's currently 16 years old. Michael Saylor, though, he's going to buy today. So just be careful. Today, Michael Saylor is going to add to his Bitcoin position, and that will take his DCA entry price perhaps even into the $70,000 level. Depends on how much he will buy. If he buys like $1 billion, which is very much possible, that could take his dollar cost average into the $70,000 range. My dollar cost average is going up because I buy more. But if it does go into the 70s, then my DCA would be higher than Michael Saylor, which is pretty crazy to think about. So yeah, he's going to buy today. FYI, I don't know how much, but whatever he does, usually doesn't give too big of an impact to the market. Bitcoin is mature and liquid enough that $1 billion of even OTC doesn't do much to the price, but let's find out. He's probably going to announce it in the next few hours, so stay tuned. I'll post it on my Twitter, so make sure to follow me over on CryptoKid.com, where I do Twitter Spaces, post interesting analysis, and things that I don't usually talk about on YouTube. If you did see this is incredible. Eric Trump. Look, it's not Saylor posting a photo with Eric Trump. It is Eric Trump posting a photo with Saylor. That is massive significance. And just, yeah, from what I know, 2025 is going to be an incredible year for cryptocurrencies, government adoption, government support, the Trumps overall, they're super bullish. It's just going to be a pretty cool 2025. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see everyone on the next video very soon. So guys, take care. And as always, bye-bye.